So let's say you have a Jeep XJ and the doors are sagging, which is a common problem. You're probably going to need to replace the door pins. Now, replacing the door pins sounds like an easy job. So you watch a couple of videos, you think it looks simple enough to do, and you want to attempt it yourself. Now, I did this, and I highly suggest you think twice about this. I attempted this myself, and things did not go as planned at all. Now, originally this was supposed to be a how-to video, but I'm going to show you exactly what happens when things don't necessarily go your way and how hard this project really is. So this is a common issue. You can see when you close it, it doesn't line up with the latch right. If you open the door, you can probably lift up on it and it has quite a bit of play. That's not good. That is because those old door pins are about shot and need to be replaced. This one has 265-ish thousand miles on it, so not a big surprise these doors are going to sag. And in order to replace them, but we have new ones, and we're going to try to replace it. And I heard this is a major pain in the butt job. I don't know how this is going to go. I've already disconnected the door latch there to try to swing it open a little more, give me a little more room, but we're going to give this a shot. I got a Dremel tool with a metal cutoff wheel. We're going to use that to cut the old pins out. Hopefully this isn't too much of a pain in the butt. We're going to find out. Now, something else you're going to want to do before you start is support the door, because obviously common sense is going to tell you once you cut the door pin, the door is going to fall. So use a jack stand or something to support your door. Obviously you're going to protect your paint by putting some kind of rag or something there. My paint honestly really isn't worth saving, but I put it there anyway. So something to think about. All right, moment of truth. Not a very good Dremel. Alright, so I just went to Home Depot and picked up a heavier duty corded Dremel. So hopefully this isn't going to die and we can get this project done.
A few moments later.
Got it. Alright, so I got the pins out, top and bottom. Again, door is braced up, so it's just sitting there. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, if you don't have a good Dremel tool or a cutting wheel or something, this job sucks. It even sucks with the proper tools. So now what we gotta do is pull the door away a little bit. I'm gonna try and do this without having the door fall on me, because I'm gonna use one hand here. Matter of fact, let me switch the camera around. We're gonna try to pull the door away enough, because we have to change out the bushings, which are on the driver's side, or actually the inside of the hinge, top and bottom. This one looks like it's already destroyed, and the same on the bottom hinge. So what we're going to do, I'm going to see if I can get it out with this piece of this chisel here. Maybe it'll pop out the bottom, maybe it won't, I don't know. We're just kind of playing this by ear. There we go. That was the ticket there. There's the old one. We're going to have to do the same with the bottom. This is not a job you want to do on a 100-degree day like I'm doing now. Sweating like a pig here. There we go. There's the other bushing. Now we're going to take the new ones, drop that down there. I'm just going to tap it in very lightly. Matter of fact, I'm going to take my little rod here and tap it down. Perfect. I'll do the same with the bottom. Get in there. Same with the bottom. Oh, there goes the whole door. So all right, we're just gonna let that rest there. Out. Oh, bitch. Alright guys, I ain't gonna lie, this really sucks. But I got the bottom pin out finally. I got the door realigned, I got the bushings in. So now we just have to put the door pin back in the top. Now this is where it's gonna get tricky. Oh, you mother!
A few moments later.
Alright, so I ain't gonna lie, I've been fighting it. The bushings are in, top and bottom. And I'll be honest, the door is definitely fallen off once or twice. So my paint is totally screwed. Not that the paint's worth anything anyway. But when reassembling, I'm going to do the top first just for stability reasons. You take the new pin and you actually have to go up from the bottom due to the shape of the door, because you can't go into the top because this part of the door is actually curved inward, so you can't get the pin in properly. So we're going to set this up. So I'm going to try to go in from the bottom and get this done. But remember, you can't go all the way up because you still need the plastic sleeve that goes in the middle here. As a matter of fact, if you can get it in first, it's probably not a bad idea. I don't know if I can or not, but we're going to give this a whirl. See if I can slide it in. It is definitely pretty tight. Very tight. Huh. Tighter than I thought. I ain't gonna lie, this is not going as well as I thought it would. But what I found out to be a little bit easier, if you have a bit of a rod, little steel rod there, that you run up through and align the door first. Then we'll put the pin in down through the top and push that rod just straight out. That's the plan. So as you can see, this is not an easy project. You definitely need two people to do this. It can be pulled off by yourself. The jack stand idea, you know, it was a good idea, but it didn't work out very well. You still need somebody to stabilize the door. Doing it by yourself, not great. I still got bruises on my leg from the door resting on it. The door falling off, I damaged the Jeep quite a bit. So after the fact, you can see all this scratches and all this damage all over the door was from the door falling and just rubbing up against the panels, me not being able to hold it straight, and now I have a significant amount of damage everywhere that needs to be addressed, and I don't know what I'm going to do about this. So I don't know. It's just, this is not a one-person job. Now, once all said and done, the door still not perfect. It just needs a little bit extra force. It does line up, but it's still a little bit, it's definitely a lot better. So there is still a little bit of play. If I were to pull on the door, it's not bad actually. There's a little bit of play, but I think I can deal with that. Problem is, you can see the new pin popping through, but it's not far enough up. It's not where I want it, because if you look at the bottom, the pin is not fully recessed yet. And I have done everything I possibly could to beat the snot out of that to get that all the way up and recessed in, and I can't. So we're just going to hope that it stays there. I mean, I may try again later down the road. I was so tired and so frustrated. This took me probably 3.5 hours to try to get those pins replaced, and it was just a nuisance. So sometimes when they tell you that it is a tough job, they're not kidding. If I had to do this again, I would probably just have a body shop do it, because the frustration that I went through to get this done isn't worth my time and frustration to do the other side, which also needs it. So I think that side's just going to have to suffer. Now, if you've done this job and you've had a better success at it than I have, and you have any tips, please leave them down below, because many of us are probably going to need it. Myself, I failed at this one. I did. Just because the job's done doesn't mean it's done right. It's not complete. The pins aren't recessed all the way. And, well, I'm just chalking this up as a life learned lesson. Now, this isn't a project I'm saying not to attempt, but I'm going to say attempt with caution.